Billy here with Gilbert Travels. It's time for the second entry in my Transcon challenge. We're going to fly today out of Newark, New Jersey with United Airlines on about a year-old 777-300ER in their Polaris business class. So come along with me as we head on over to the terminal. We'll talk about it some more. I had stayed overnight in Newark after my Delta flight at the Newark Airport Marriott and had great views of the sunrise behind the Manhattan skyline as the early morning departures started going out from EWR. It also occurred to me that on this day I would be seeing the sun rise over the Atlantic Ocean and setting over the Pacific, one of the amazing things about flying. I took a quick shuttle ride and it was time to head out into Newark Airport. Inside, I found the entrance to United's Polaris business class lounge shuttered. However, this lounge was only accessible to travelers on international itineraries anyway. I must admit, I didn't know when I took this flight that the airline had opened a United Club lounge in Newark and my ticket would have entitled me to a visit. I knew that none of the domestic flights allowed access to the Polaris lounge, but it is a reminder to always triple check your access options for every flight. I am kicking myself for missing this aspect from my review. Instead, I enjoyed the modern and spacious airport and found a nice quiet corner of the terminal to have some breakfast.
To make sure we all stay safe together by following a few simple guidelines. First, always wear a face covering inside the terminal and on board the aircraft.
Alright, so I stopped here in a deserted corner of the terminal, have a little breakfast here before I get on my flight, and talk to you for a second. So today we're flying with United Polaris. Their normal service on most of their planes now is snack box only, similar to Delta, but on these Polaris transcontinental flights here in the US, like today from Newark to San Francisco, they are offering an abbreviated meal service on board. So excited to get a chance to fly in this brand new seat. I have not flown with Polaris yet, so I'm excited to give it a shot today and bring you along and show you the level of service that we're going to find on board today's plane. Okay, let's get on over to the gate and let's get in the air. So you do definitely need to check the seat charts when you're booking with United for their Polaris Transcon, because they have a lot of their domestic configured 242 configuration business class aircraft, including the earlier flight this morning to San Francisco. But this flight is on a 777-300ER that was just delivered, and it's definitely in the new Polaris 121 configuration. So definitely going to be a world of difference to be up there and be in a private, pretty much completely encapsulated suite. No door, but it's definitely nice and tucked away against the windshield. So I've been excited to try this product out. In a few minutes here we'll be boarding. We'll bring you on board. I was also impressed that they used 2 jet bridges with a dedicated Polaris entrance, and we were allowed to board first on this morning's flight to San Francisco. Since we boarded through door 1, we actually turned right into this business class cabin into the first of 2 sections with a total of 60 seats in a unique staggered configuration we'll discuss further in the air. At our seats on the ground, we were furnished with a small water bottle and 2 sealed sanitizing wipes. Of course, the plane's been cleaned deeply overnight, but I do appreciate the additional precaution. Also on the seat was an amenities kit and our Saks Fifth Avenue day blanket and pillow. I got settled into my seat on this very empty cabin and was ready to get in the air. So here in the forward business class cabin, I count only 8 passengers. I think there's probably 30 seats in here, so definitely just gonna have plenty of space. Nobody in the seat in front of me, behind me, or across from me, so real comfortable.
Captain's informing me we're going to be pretty early into San Francisco today with about 5 hours, 9 minutes of flying time. Also, it is our policy here at United that all of our customers must have face masks on at all times, with the exception if you have a medical condition or children under 2, or if you're eating or drinking, and there are no exceptions with that, so we will ask you and remind you. Once we get underway, we're going to do everything we can to make your flight as enjoyable as possible. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Again, thank you for your attention and welcome on board. Pleasure to welcome you aboard United Flight 1191 with service to San Francisco. Captain's reporting about 5 hours of flying time today. We're going to be a good bit early. And he'll update us on the weather conditions and the actual time that we'll be arriving once we get a little closer to the San Francisco Bay Area. My name is Jen. I'll be serving as your purser. And again, on behalf of our entire crew, we'd like to welcome you aboard.
Now that we're in the air, let's let loose the shoulder belt and take a look at today's seat, 5A. United was the first and so far the only US airline to adopt this staggered business class configuration, mostly seen in a 1-2-1 configuration as on this 777. First off, United has done a beautiful job with this cabin. It really looks special and deserving of the unique Polaris title. Window seats alternate with even seats being closer to and slightly facing towards the aisle, with a console between them and the window. The odd seats, however, are the true window seats, right next to the shades, very private, with a large console on the aisle side. Center seats alternate between very far apart, right on the aisles again, and very close together in a honeymoon configuration, ideal for couples, albeit if you're willing to give up the views. A large divider can be raised if you do not know your seating companion. As an overall positive, the entire cabin is arranged in such a way that you don't feel like you're having to stare at your aisle neighbor's face from any of the seats. No doubt, for a solo traveler, the odd-numbered window seats are definitely what you want. Let's dig into the individual features of this seat. Right away, you will notice a lot of little areas for storage, including this closed-door personal device closet and headphone hangers and mirror. Under that is the remote control and the universal power with USB and a headphone input. In front of you, you'll find a coat hanger set in a very well finished brushed stainless and United blue trim. Directly in your gaze is the entertainment display, which we'll review in detail later. Just under that screen, you'll find a great storage compartment for gadgets with its own dedicated USB port. And right under that, you'll find the tray table, which deploys out towards you before folding into a full size. United even integrated a prop into the table to hold up a tablet should you prefer to watch your own entertainment. Below that is the foot cubby, which remarkably doesn't taper or narrow much with this design. Then, right at your fingertips, you will find the seat controls in one of the sleekest layouts I've seen. It also controls this stylish lamp, and there's an independent bright reading lamp available as well if you require more light. The inboard armrest functions as both the airline's literature storage, and it's also height adjustable to use for sitting, lounging, or sleeping. What a neat design. The seat itself is an attractive cloth pattern, and I personally find cloth remains more comfortable over long distances. The crew brought me over a hot coffee and sat it on this very large and attractive white console area. Enough about the seat, let's review the amenities available for this special service.
We got the dental kit, earplugs, lip balm, and magnets. As well as we got some Saks Fifth Avenue bedding, so it's not the full long haul bedding, but we definitely do for this flight.
United also included some very basic over-ear headphones. They were nothing special. Let's move on to the service on this domestic premium route, in this case breakfast. 2 choices were available and no pre-orders were taken. Today's choice was an egg omelet or a French toast, and I decided to go with the latter. Meals are brought out in foil, and sides have been reduced to a sad pre-packaged affair. Even still, this remains one of the more extensive meal services available today in American skies, with real cutlery, cloth napkin, tablecloth, and proper crockery. And the verdict is, well, the hot dish was great. However, the cold, dull fruit cup was very sad. Even sadder is that after eating so many Delta snack boxes on the day before, I ate every bite of this meal. I then got another cup of coffee and enjoyed it with a biscotti. I am having a fabulous time and can't wait to finish up breakfast here and sit back and relax for a few hours as we cross the country with a window seat view here in United Polaris. If you're enjoying, come along too. About this time, I noticed that we were following and overtaking a Delta aircraft, also making some sort of similar Western flight on this bright morning. So cool to see another plane this close up in the air. Let's go stretch our legs and check out the lavatory. Here I was amazed to see that amenities like face mist and clothing spray were available domestically and during COVID. Anyway, this plane is too empty today for me not to take you on a quick cabin tour. Starting in the back, we find 204 seats in a standard economy in a 3-4-3 configuration, with 62 seats of 3-inch additional pitch in Economy Plus. We then move forward into United's 24-seat Premium Plus cabin in a 2-4-2 configuration. United is unique, being the first U.S. airline to sell Premium Economy domestically as its own cabin with its own level of service rather than selling them as extra legroom seats as American and Delta do. Would you like to see a review of these United Premium Plus seats on a domestic service? Let me know in the comment section below. We then move back into the rear half of United's 60-seat Polaris business class cabin, making this their most premium heavy aircraft in their fleet. Now that we're back at my seat, let's settle in and put the Saks Fifth Avenue bedding to use. Okay, let's take a look at today's entertainment. A wired remote is provided, which can make using the system from a lounging position easier. However, it is a fully touch-enabled interface as well. The main menu is easy to navigate and features a Starfield background to match the Polaris branding. A good quality 2D flight map is provided, although I am surprised they didn't spring for 3D. I do really like the United's flight stats page over the rotating selection of stats shown on many systems. United is one of the few airlines to in theory allow listening to the flight deck, but it never seems to be working on my flights. Movie selection was decent but not exceptional. The television series I checked featured 5 episodes, which is okay for a quick binge, but it's not amazing. Overall, it is a nice display, and I also appreciated the tablet holder to instead watch my own content. Speaking of personal devices, United offers a streaming system with free entertainment and paid Wi-Fi options. The whole flight would have been a steep $39.99 or an even worse 8,000 United miles, so I went without. However, it is nice that a decent flight tracker and stats page is also provided on the streaming entertainment. I took a few minutes to rest and watch the world go by. After a great flyover at the Canyonlands National Park in Utah, I pressed my call button and asked about a snack, netting a bag of Cheez-Its and a stroopwafel with another bottle of water. Let's talk briefly about today's booking. While cash fares can be quite reasonable in these times, so are redemption seats, and United had ample booking space available on these flights for 35,000 miles, including connecting flights. However, I booked through their Star Alliance partner program, Aeroplan, Air Canada's loyalty program, for just 25,000 points. I did have to reschedule my flight after my connection was cancelled, but we'll talk about that more in my wrap-up video when I compare all 4 airlines I flew for this challenge and crown a winner in the 2020 Transcon Challenge. For now, we flew over the Sierra Nevada range and into the Bay Area as we approached San Francisco. Stay till the end for my closing thoughts after enjoying today's approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's just about 10 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock here in San Francisco. On behalf of the United Airlines, your entire flight crew would like to welcome you. It certainly has been our pleasure having you on board, and we look forward to the next opportunity we have to welcome you back in our friendly skies. We hope you have a really great rest of the week here in the San Francisco area, or wherever your final destination may take you. Again, thank you and have a great afternoon.
Checking out the outdoor observation deck here at SFO. It's kind of a chilly day here in late August. So just got off of that Polaris flight, my first time in Polaris, and I really thought they did a great job for the opportunity to take that plane here on a domestic itinerary. I really was thrilled. I know on the normal pre-COVID standards, you'd get a Sunday, you get multiple courses, but overall, I really enjoyed today. It's a beautiful plane, a beautiful cabin, and a great way to cross the country. Hard product obviously is excellent. United Polaris is built for long-haul international travel, and it shows. The level of soft product that was made available considering the circumstance was quite good to get bedding, an amenity kit, which I was not expecting, and of course a hot meal service was certainly very nice, and I would definitely recommend taking United Polaris again. So we'll see what we think of the other entries here later on in the Transcon Challenge. In the meantime, please remember to like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be made aware first when more content is available. As always, thanks for watching.